Yo, what up, what up, what up? So check this shit out. You cannot make this shit up. Some Wuhan evacuees asked why they aren't being tested for coronavirus. And they're saying there's no reason to test healthy people for the virus, CDC says, but some evacuees are asking to be tested. Okay? And what was the news that just came out that um a lot of the people who are getting sick are asymptomatic, I think up to 10 to 14 days. I think it was 14, but I'm not 100%. Either way. Um, and then you got to ask yourself, why in the fuck are they not testing for these people? All right? I mean, it literally says right here, everyone got their nose swabbed and throats and noses when they were evacuated coming back. You know what I'm saying? But it says right here, only people who show symptoms of illness during a 14-day quarantine period will be tested. For some among more than 600 people who are still waiting to be cleared to go home from the military bases in 3 states, the new rule has left them worried and angry. Some are pleading with the Center for Disease Control and Prevention to test them before the coronavirus. Why? Just ask yourself. Everyone's smart out there. Everyone's got a fucking brain. Ask yourself, why in the fuck would they deny you if you're willingly going up there to, like, yo, I need to be tested. I just want to be tested so that I can fucking sleep at night, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying, oh, nah, can't help you. Can't fucking help you. All right? I'm just going to say it now. All right? We all should probably start getting masks. All right? No bullshit. Like, that just tells me that they've admitted that it's asymptomatic in some people. All right, that it's already mutated and it's probably spreading faster now. There's already been cases in America. Put two and two together. I mean, no bullshit. Put two and two together, and what the fuck do you see? I see them making a big fucking cake full of disaster. All right, they're whipping the shit up right now, adding all the ingredients while the fucking thing's mutating and doing whatever the fuck it's doing since it's man-made, synthetically made in a lab, and somebody leaked it out. Yeah, okay, somebody leaked it out. It's fucking bullshit, yo. But do you see why I keep saying this is a big game to them? It's a deadly game because ultimately we lose our lives. But it's a fucking game to them. They sit on top. They watch the world do whatever the fuck it does. They see us move like a school of fish to this, to that, to this, to that. They figure out how to study us and study our brain patterns, as a mass, put all the data together and fucking learn from it and make machines, artificial intelligence, whatever, technology, like they call it, to dig into those habits and bring them out of you. What essentially whatever habits they want to bring out of you, um, and then you become a fucking slave to everything, essentially. But regardless, back to the virus thing. Like I stated, there was people who are asymptomatic. How do we know that there's? Because they're only letting us know, what is it, like 6 or 10 people in America have been, uh, said that they had it or have were some scare or whatever the case is. They're letting hundreds and hundreds of people, probably even maybe thousands of people. All right, you got to think, like, people traveled everywhere every day, and somebody's going to be traveling to China and they're coming back. You don't test these people regardless. I mean, if people were smart, I mean, I'm just little old me, and I'm like, you probably should test them because they came from the place where the deadly thing exists. It just doesn't make sense, but it makes perfect sense because this is what they want to do. It's going to start fucking spreading all over this place, and let's pray to God it don't fucking do it. But To me, it seems like that's what they're building a recipe for. Because what better way to depopulate the earth than a mass plague again, like the Black Plague, and whatever other plagues are out there? I can't think of any right now. And just wipe it across the whole board and kill millions, maybe even billions of people. And we just chalk it up. Well, whoever lives, I probably, me and whoever's watching this video, our time is probably short if that's what the case is, because the chances of surviving something like that is it's pretty slim. You know what I'm saying? But there will be people who survive, due to, I don't know, whatever actions they took in their life, how strong their immune system is, maybe certain genetics will can fight against it, or have already been built to defend it. I don't know. You just never know. But either way, they're not going to kill all of us, because they're going to need some of us to continue to make the world turn. All of us in a dead sleep, making the world turn. And people keep saying, "Oh no, it's getting better. It's getting better." No, I don't. I don't see that. Like, I don't see that at all. I see them playing a game like Monopoly and just doing whatever the fuck they want to do, and we're just supposed to sit back and just not talk about it. And I get it. They own the system. They own the media. They own YouTube. They own everything. So when we speak out, we're putting ourselves out there. But the fuck you gonna do? Sit back and take it? Sorry, I've never been that type of person. And I know y'all aren't either. It's the reason why we're all here together. Not physically, but mentally. And the more and more we build this shit and build people together, the better chance we have of doing things, And I say that out of, I don't know, the only thing I can think of a word is out of stupidity, because I know that I don't see the whole picture, like, in its entirety. I get the gist of it, and I know some things here and there, blah blah blah, whatever. But I know that I don't understand it fully, because I don't think there's anybody here, I really don't think there's anybody here that understands what's going on. Because when you look at it, whether there are other beings controlling the rich elite, and then the rich elite are controlling their, lower slaves, and then those people are controlling those lower slaves, all the way down to the poorest people in the fucking world. You know, or, whether it's a spiritual thing where these things aren't even on this physical plane, and they're manipulating, like butterfly effect. That's what I always think of, because the way that the other, or dream realm, or whatever realm, the way that it works, it's all about thought. It's nothing about physicality. Come on. But either way, that shit does not sit well with me, and it shouldn't sit well with you either, especially knowing, like, how quickly, in a matter of a couple weeks to a month, or however long it's been, I don't know, it took that quick to mutate and grow. But it's designed that way. We also got to remember that. I mean, anybody, no matter if you're a fucking scientist or not, can sit here and be like, if I was to go into a lab and I was able to do something, I'd make the, and be evil about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of us don't have that shit in us. But let's just say you were put up to the test, or whatever the case is, you were a part of that shit or whatever. I mean, I could think of a million things. I don't know, I'm not a scientist, but, they pick the best way for it to transfer through the air. Where's air? Every fucking where. Everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it can be transferred it can be contracted through the eyes now. Like, what are we gonna put on a fucking fishbowl and seal it around our neck or some shit, and with a breathing apparatus? It's just like, yo, we don't stand a fucking chance. But that's if this is what's supposed to come. I'm not saying that it is going to come. I'm not saying that I want it to come. I obviously would choose life, but the way that the way that the shit seems, it's just like everybody in your state to sound dumb. There's at least one person who goes to China. You know what I'm saying? And even when you look at it like that, you're like, well, there's got to be a lot more people than that. And you don't know whether they have family over there, if they go there frequently on business, whatever the case is, and come back. Yeah, they might be normal, but like they're saying, some people. I mean, what better way to design it to where people can carry it, but not necessarily get the virus, you know, but still be able um, to transmit it to other people, whatever the case is. You know, if other people to contract the shit, um, and then these people just drop dead. It's almost like there's been cases where people 2 days before they were completely fine, healthy, and then 2 days later, boom, they just drop dead, blood coming out of their orifices and shit, and it's just like, yo, they built a ticking time bomb to where it doesn't even have to gradually come on. They can just put it inside you, and then after, you know, a certain amount of time, think about it, they could just press a button somewhere, and boom, they all go off all across the country or whatever the case is. Which, you know, just like a nanobot pill that's got the poison in it or some shit, and goes into your body and doesn't necessarily do anything. Then they, you know, release it, and boom, it's fucking over, man. You know, but that's me just thinking about shit like that. Imagine thousands of scientists sitting there putting their brains together to make some shit like this up for money, and then, you know, say that it's not gonna be used on us. Like, they're fucking we're test mules, man. Like, we are literally, what I feel like is we're about to go into something really fucking devastating. I don't want it to happen, like I said, but just seems like that's what they're building for, you know? Nobody's really talking about it. I know some people are talking about it, but they're more so focused on China, and they're not focused on here. You know, maybe we're safe at the moment. I don't know, but I just don't. From the past bullshit, you know, that they put us through, it don't look good. You know, to me, it's, if I want to be evil, it's the perfect way to depopulate the earth. Why? Because there's too many people. Too many people. Yeah, right. Okay. There's too many people in the little spot that you got us at. There's plenty of room over the ice caps, and, you know, untouched. Well, not untouched land, because I know that they're already there, but it's bullshit, man. And we're all feeding into this. But I don't know. I had to make this video because that's what I was thinking. I don't know. It's just crazy that they're telling us that they're not going to be testing everyone. Even you know, they're they've already admitted that testing for your temperature and your well-being isn't enough to find it, because people are asymptomatic with no symptoms at all, spreading the virus and then dropping dead. Um, so what is it? Just tells you that it could be spreading. It could be all across America right now, and we don't know it. We have no clue. You know, they could have put a timer on these things for it to, you know, be released at a certain time, or a certain time after you contract it. You just don't know. You really don't know, because you don't know. We're not being told of what they're doing and how they're doing it and what they're coming up with, because I don't know. It's just not something that is being talked about, but just something to think about. You know, at least prepare, just to prepare, and worst comes to worst, you have some extra masks, you know, and if they're in the case still, you could probably return them, to be honest, but I would still keep them just because. You know? I don't know, man. But that's about it. I'll see y'all later. Tell me what y'all think.